Hello, everyone. I know it's been some time. Sorry for the absence. I've been struggling because I had some technical problems with my recording equipment. So I've had to try and replace it and get some new equipment. But, here we are. Got some new equipment now. I've been trying to decide whether or not to change the format of the off-the-cuff videos. And, well, I've decided I will. So I'm going to be changing it up. So instead of recording lots of topics in one video, I'm just going to do single topics, focus on one thing, and then I'll, when I move to a new topic, I'll make a new video for that. So first things first, it's just catching up now. Theresa May's resigned. Finally. A lot of people are gloating. I'm not one to gloat, but I'm not going to say that she'll be missed by me. I don't think she did a very good job as Prime Minister, obviously. And, she was quite conniving in her attitude. Now, a lot of people commenting on the speech that she did, BBC News have said here, Theresa May resignation. Prime Minister had almost impossible job. I agree. She did have an almost impossible job. Considering that she decided to get a deal while also trying to make sure it was the best deal and also saying that we're not going to leave without a deal, yeah, she put herself in a position to say, that she's going to bend over for the EU and while trying to get what she wants, but they can give whatever they want. So yeah, despite her regrets and her crying and all that in her speech, I really have no qualms about her leaving. I think it's kind of pathetic, really, because you know what you want in a leader is you want someone strong, you want someone who can stand up in the face of all sorts of criticism. And funny thing is, she has shown all sorts of. She's actually shown quite steadfastness to her stupid ideas, but maybe that's why it all broke down. Just as she realized it's all over now, she can cry. Well, I guess that's what kind of leader we were actually dealing with. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not going to gloat over it, but I do agree with a lot of people. There's this, some people are feeling sorry. One person here tweeted, feeling very sorry for Theresa May. How people can be cruel enough to laugh and ridicule a crying woman for losing her shit. We've been there. She's been given the UK's hardest job. And she's done the best she can. She's been badly mistreated, and I hope she goes on to do something which makes her happy. Be kind always. Now, yeah, I kind of agree with what Carl Benjamin was saying. It's hard to, when someone cries, to be happy about that. It's not some sort of Schadenfreude. I'm probably saying that wrong. But yeah, she did a horrible job. I'm not gonna feel sad that she's gone. But yeah, I'm not going to gloat over the fact that she's sad. I just don't care that she's sad. It doesn't bother me much. And then, there's other people who have taken the other stance where, Julia Hartley Brewer has said, stop feeling sorry for Theresa May. She didn't serve the country that she loved, as she claimed. She worked for 3 years to undermine the biggest democratic vote in our country's history. She served her own interests to stay in office. She has brought our country to its knees. And some people have pointed out that, Theresa May, she took the Conservatives from a very powerful party to now, they're crippled. They've had all sorts of people leave in protest, either because they wanted to remain or because they wanted to leave. They've lost both sides because they couldn't decide. And I think it's interesting to see, I think just before Theresa May announced it yesterday, the Express.co.uk, they posted this video. Well, not this video. They posted a story from former Brexit Minister Steve Baker. And he claimed that Theresa May actually had the opportunity to strike an agreement with the EU that would have given us free trade. And he was told not to mention it. And, he says here, I was rejoicing, but that wasn't good enough for the Prime Minister. That is the ultimate source of all these difficulties. She tried to keep us much more highly aligned to the EU. They had the chance to actually leave with free trade, and they said, no, we're not going to take that. We've got to go with Theresa May's stupid bloody deal. So yeah, it makes sense that they tried to get rid of Theresa May early on. It makes sense that she should have been gone ages ago, really. But now looking forward, we're looking at some of the new people who will take over from Theresa May. Of course, Jeremy Corbyn's calling for a new general election. What's new? But apparently the most likely choice, leading with a massive head start in the polls, is Boris Johnson. And, there's some promise. He's apparently said, we leave on the 31st October, deal or no deal. And, yeah, that's good to hear. I see some people I know is trying to say, should we go with that? Like, is that a good sign? Maybe I would vote Tories again. Now, personally, I would say no. It is a good sign. Okay, it's a good sign that Boris Johnson is willing to consider no deal. I'm going to pause on having any trust in that till the 31st of October. But even if you put that aside, I wouldn't trust the Tories anyway. Because the entire party has been in shambles throughout this whole thing. They are a party, they are a leader. And yeah, they should have ousted their leader, but they just couldn't do it. And that's quite ridiculous. And yeah, I don't really trust Boris Johnson that much. So I might be happy if we leave with no deal because of Boris Johnson. That's great, but it's not going to make me vote Tory. No, no. I'm done with the Tories. I mean, I think I only voted for them when I had no interest in politics. So yeah, not going to do that again. So yeah, I think everyone's more or less happy to see Theresa May gone because she's been the cause of much concern, strife, and all sorts of frustration. And frankly, I think that she's going to be fine because, that's what happens with former leaders. They usually find their success elsewhere anyway because there's always someone willing to pay them to do something stupid. But with Theresa May leaving, I'm not one to gloat. I don't think anyone should really be gloating. It's kind of like she did a crappy job. She might not realize she did a crappy job, being all sorts of deluded in her own ideals. But all the more, she's left now. Let's just push forward and try and see what's coming up next. And try and make sure that we don't be so happy that Theresa May's gone that we take anyone else as her replacement. Because that is exactly what we did when we voted in Theresa May in the first place. Anyway, that's all from me on this whole thing. I'm curious about seeing where Theresa May ends up next. I'm curious about seeing how we step forward, how the Conservatives are going to recover. Who knows what's going to happen? But till then, I support UKIP. Always. Well, always for now. So long as they have the policies they have, I will support them. Till the next video, which should hopefully be soon. See you next time.